All right. Good morning, everyone, and uh, welcome back to the UK education session. That's what I will be terming these two sessions now. Uh, with 2:30 a.m. past already, it's 2:40 a.m. Eastern Standard, and I had sent out a message that I could be late by about 10 minutes maximum. Uh, so if you are not there on the Telegram channel, you might want to just consider. If you are subscribed to the YouTube, just consider coming into the Telegram channel, which is absolutely complimentary, and all the videos are posted there as well with all the updates if there are any, as what happened today. All right, so that the link is t.me/harshjappi. You might want to just stay there for all the updates and for us to be in touch. All right. Okay, so don't forget to tune in to today's live trading video, which shall be updated after the 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today, right after the New York session. All right, so let's get started off with discussions on. I think we can do a dollar index. Yeah, the New York live. We discussed about the Euro USD, and we can now discuss about the wave counts, the probable waves setting up in the dollar index with an educational point of view, and if time remains, I would like to touch base with the Bitcoin as well. So let's get started off, brothers. First things first, if you are joining in fresh or by any means, if you're not gone through the educational videos, you might want to go through the entire playlist so that it's very clear. The basics are very clear, and then with all these case studies which we are scheduling, at least one, maximum two per session nowadays, it's going to be like a very effective form of uh, gaining confidence. So talking about the most uh, coveted pattern of the wave principle, which is an impulse wave, let's understand the impulse wave first, and try and find an analogy with the dollar index right now. A falling market would produce an impulse in this manner. Again, the rules of the impulse, if you would like to quickly review and revise. The labeling is done as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, unfolds into 5 waves, subdivides into 5 waves rather. Quick rules or guidelines. Waves 1, 3, and 5. I repeat, waves 1, 3, and 5. They are also motor waves. What it means is 1, 3, and 5, they unfold into 5 waves, and most probably the third wave unfolds as an impulse itself. Alright, that's the first guideline you would want to remember. Point number 2, wave wave 2 sorry, would never extend above the head of wave 1. Let's repeat, wave 2 never extends above the head of wave 1. That is a characteristic or guideline you need to strictly follow. All right. So wave 2, termination point of wave 2 cannot be above or beyond the head of the initial point of wave 1. If it is doing that, then it's doing something else. It's not carving out a second wave. All right. So that's the second guideline. Guideline number 3, it says that out of waves 1, 3, and 5, wave 3 is normally the largest wave, but it can never be the shortest wave. That means out of wave 1, 3, and 5, most of the time we are going to see wave 3 as the largest and the quickest of them all. Sometimes, if it is not the largest, it can never be the shortest. That means if wave 1, let's say, is 200 points, wave 3 is less than 200 points, then wave 5 has to be less than wave 3. If it is not, then there's something else. We need to do a recount. Alright, so that's the third point. Very important to remember. Wave 3 is normally the largest of 1, 3, and 5, but it is never the shortest. And then guideline number 4 is that wave 4 would never enter the territory of wave 1. It will subside or it will terminate somewhere within the vicinity below the termination point of wave 1. If there is an exceptional case though, sometimes intraday, especially in the futures market, it might go and spike and then come back. That is an exceptional case. Otherwise, you'll never see wave 4 ever entering into the territory of the first wave. Alright, sir, so that's the impulse, and let's now correlate the same with the dollar index. Why we are doing this? We'll be doing these exercises each time we meet during the UK and the New York live session for about 15-20 minutes from now on. This channel has been dedicated 100% towards learning and education. It's got nothing to do with trading now. That has been monetized in two ways. That's the Telegram channel, which is private again, and the YouTube channel, which is again private. All right, so it's very clear now that the education portion is complimentary and free to enjoy, while the trading portion has been monetized, and that is a business for me now. All right, so wave 1, just have your analogies here. Even if you pay attention closely as to what we are discussing in the education session, I strongly believe it is going to add tremendously to the trading confidence, because this is how I have learned. And you really don't need so many books or mentors, and you just need to spend time with your charts. Let's do it once again. Wave 1, wave 3 would subdivide into 5 waves, right? So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and I think wave 3 should be larger than wave 1, because wave 5 is extended here. So the longest wave is the 5th wave here. Is that okay? The 5th wave was extended, so we kind of changed the degree of plotting as Romans here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings us to wave 5 of 1 higher degree, and that also brings us to the wave 3 of yet another higher degree termination point. You understand? Okay. Then the wave 4 would terminate into 3 waves. So let's say that is your A, and then you've got a B and C, the same degree, higher degree wave 4, and then wave 5. If you have been with me, of course, in the last 2 months, but since the last few weeks now, we were talking about a potential ending diagonal. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not an ending diagonal, but it's just opening up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And remember, we were terminating wave 3 here, but then the fifth wave kind of rallied more than wave 3, or dropped more than wave 3 in terms of distance. So as I said, wave 3 cannot be the shortest one, sir. You got to rebuild that. So the fresh counts are wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, somewhere wave 4 here, and then wave 5. Is this okay? So where do we stand right now, brothers? We stand somewhere between the termination point of wave 3 and the expected termination point of wave 4 within the fifth wave. This is where we are right now. Alright, we'll be looking out for a wave 4 termination or a top somewhere within the vicinity of 91 odd levels, and then watch out for one last drop lower, which could be the final leg or the fifth wave within the fifth wave. All right, so we are somewhere within we are somewhere within the fourth wave of wave 5 of one larger degree. That implies, because I've changed the labeling structure, that fourth wave was normally plotted and wave 5 has been done into brackets, so that implies the one wave higher or a higher degree. All right, sir, so that was the daily chart. So watch out for, as we've discussed, buying on dips looks good, looks a favorable strategy, or should be a favorable strategy, at least for now. And if we can match this out with a short-term wave count, that is wave 3, I suppose, of the fifth wave. Again, we've got an A, small b, and small c. Could be a capital A plotted, and then a drop lower again into three waves: small a, small b, and small c. Are we looking towards a capital? This is a capital B now, and maybe we are looking towards a capital C, which could be a rally, and this rally could unfold into 5 waves. So next time when we are here in the New York Live, we would discuss the probability of the hourly chart, how it is expected or could be expected to subdivide. All right. At this point in time, we are into a corrective mode. Let's look into the probability of how this corrective mode should unfold. All right. And there's another example of Bitcoin. I want to just take 2 minutes of yours. If you look at the yesterday, we touched upon all the wave counts in details. Maybe we can do that again in the New York live for those who have joined in fresh or missed out yesterday. And sincerely, yesterday's UK live session was broadcasted to the other channel actually, and then I had to remove it. So, uh, if you look at the labeling structure right now, we are already five waves. So let's consider this to be as wave one of higher degree, and then maybe we are looking at wave A, already done, wave B, already done, and then wave C, which is still unfolding. All right. If you do a break of the C wave, let's go back on an hourly chart from the 17,000 mark. There you are. There are possibly two wave counts coming in. I'll show up at least one. That could be wave 1. Wave C unfolds into 5 waves. So if we look at the impulsive wave structure, it could be wave 1 and then wave 2 out there, 3 waves, small, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Can you count 5, brothers? I think that was wave 3, and then a potential triangle or an ABC, whatever. I think let's do an ABC here, because the last leg went above the one of the legs had it been a triangle. So let's put up a simple ABC here. That could be wave 4, and the last wave is kind of being worked upon. If you look at the 15 minutes chart, this wave should also unfold into 5 waves, right? So that's the beauty. How do you tackle these scenarios? So beginning with where was the termination point of the wave 4? I think 11,700. So how do you again start playing? You start playing from 11,700, right? Counting 5 again. So what would be the structure like? Is it okay if we plot this as wave 1 and the second wave, and again wave 3 unfolding into 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That is wave 3. So where do we stand right now? If we are not doing this wrong, we are done with wave 4, and the last leg lower, wave 5, would go below 9,500. Right? This is how you normally toggle the time frames or the wave counts, and you work upon the low the lower degree wave counts. Sorry. All right. And once you get attuned with this this way of viewing the charts or the stories being unfolding, that's when it becomes fun actually. All right, so let's bring this session to a pause, brothers and sisters over here, and I'm going to come back after about 4 to 5 hours during the New York Live. The schedule for the New York Live will also be the same. We'll take up an Elliott wave pattern and then try to an analog create an analogy with the existing chart setup. It could be a gold, or it could be a silver, or it could be a Dow Jones. All right. So until the next session, that is at 8 a.m. Sorry. Uh, Thank you again for joining online, and watch out for, I'm going to post that live trading room session after it has been done, after about 10 a.m. Eastern, on the Telegram channel. It won't be available on this YouTube channel. So if you want to have the access or want to see what is exactly going to be done in that room,